constraints apply specific rules to the data. See, a Oracle is a database which is used to store the data, right? So while storing of the data into our database, we'll put rules on the data. Okay. See, if you are in the banking project, okay, so banking project. So while capturing of the customer information, so treat like I said, this is your account master table. Okay. So while capturing of this account number, so account number column you may put like this ACNO name and gender and mobile number. Mobile number reference ACNO. See, so treat like I said, this is your basic table structure. It is having this. Now we are able to current balance. Okay, so we have these minimum columns in this. Now we are storing this information. See, the account number is generated by the banker. Okay, see, the account opening form can provided by the banker, and you can fill it form and you will submit to the with your KYC details. Okay, the Aadhaar and PAN everything you will provide, and the banker is trying to do the data entry on your system. Okay, see, after entering your all the details, so the banker will get to know the your account number. So because so once he submit your all the details, it generates some account number for you, and the account number will be added in this place. Okay, so then account name. See, name, some of the customers will provide the name. It's a mandatory name. So if you are opening the account in your bank, okay, so the customer name you must and should capture the customer name. So if you don't like, you cannot able to put like blank space. So I cannot able to treat like I said, this is the customer name. Okay, right? So it may be any name. So X, A, B, C, anything you need to be provide. See, if you haven't provided this, so now you can treat like I said, the same structure I'm going to make in our system. So I'm copying this all. Okay, simply I'm creating the table. Create table name of column name, and the data type is the number, and name is the data type is the varchar2. So till yesterday we done with the data types concept, right? So we need to use the varchar2 data type to save the time in the memory. So not the like to save the memory, we'll use this. Okay. So varchar2 maximum 32 digits the users can able to insert the data. See, if you are seeing any government application form, the maximum name field length will be the 32 digits, 32 characters. Okay, so you can able to mention that size as well. The max, the name can be 32 digits only. So now I'm mentioning only the gender as a char. Okay, so I'm not mentioning any size here. If I haven't mentioned the size here, the default it will take as a minimum length is 1 byte. So then account number here I haven't mentioned the size for the number data type. If I haven't mentioned the size, it will take the maximum size of this. It working like I say number of 38. Okay, if you mention the size, if you haven't mentioned the size, okay. So if you mention the particular size, it will work for that particular size. Number of three in the sense it works with the three numbers. Okay. So now I mention simply 13. See, the account number will be 11 digits or 13 digits. So you can put the maximum size is the 13. So beyond you cannot able to insert. So if you are trying to insert also, it need to be restrict. So while designing of the table, you must be aware of what the column, what are the values we will get, what is the maximum size of that, That you need to be aware and you need to be put that rules. Okay, so the user by any chance like he is trying to insert more than that, the user need to be restricted. Okay, that need to be errored out. Okay, now we see and the mobile number. So mobile number is the number data type and the size should be max 10 digits. Okay, and reference account number. Reference account number, see in the olden days, so if you are in the native place kind like Gramina Bank, so Andhra Bank kind, right? So in such place, if you want to open the account in the particular branch, so the existing account holder need to be referred by this is my relative or this is my friend, this is my known relation member. Okay, so then only the banker or the bank manager can be approved your account to open this. Okay, that we can call it as a referenced account number, right? So you need to be referred someone to join in our organization or our bank. Okay, that you need to be mentioned number. Okay, for now we have mentioned the number. So how we'll give this reference also we'll let you know. Okay, the reference I'm providing this, right? So I can take someone from the outside of the bank, opposite to the bank, some persons will be available to help the people. Okay, so some broker kind. So the broker will give the fake account numbers to provide the reference account numbers that need to be validated. Okay, that we can do now. Okay, for now we are giving the number data type and the current balance also I'm giving the number and I'm creating this table. Right, my table got created. Now I'm inserting the data into this table. Insert into account master. See the account number I'm providing 123 is my account number and I'm providing the ABC is my account holder name. The name should be in the single quotations. Okay, then and the gender we have so MO. So male is the here and the mobile number. So I'm mentioning like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 0. Okay, 10 digits. And the reference account number I'm saying like a 0, 0. So 000. Okay. Now current balance I'm inserting like 1000 rupees. See what is the error here? So we are getting some error here. Missing select statement. See the insert statement syntax, insert into table name and values, the value list you need to provide or insert into the table name, column list, values and value list you need to provide, right? So we missed the values keyword. That's the reason you are getting the error missing select statement. Okay. Now you got it. So and you committed the data. Okay. Now you can verify the data, what the data we inserted here. Select star from account master table. Okay, so now we inserted this data, right? See, they like these are the valid information we inserted now. Okay, now I am trying to insert the data with 1 to 4 account number with 1 to 4 account number, and I'm not providing any name here. I'm inserting just blank values, blank name, and I'm inserting like X is the gender or Y is the gender. And I'm inserting the mobile number as 123459. And I'm inserting the balance as like a reference account number is so 1. And balance I'm trying to insert like a 10 lakhs or 1 crore. See, now inserted the data. It is not restricting you. So what the data you are inserting, it is a valid or invalid. It is not at all checking any data in this. It's simply what are the information by providing by you. It get inserted into your table, right? So if you want to restrict the, if you want to put the rules on this table, if you want to put the rules on this table, so the rules can be applied through the constraints. See, the constraints apply specific rules to the data. Rules to the data are rules on the table. So both are the same. Rules on the table or rules to the data is both on the same. Okay, ensuring the data conforms to the requirements defined. So based on your requirement, you can put the constraints. You can put the rules based on your requirement. See, my requirement is the account number should be 13 digits. See, I inserted only 3-digit number. See, if you opening the new bank or SBI bank, right, in the earlier, so the bank account holders having the maximum 10 digits of account numbers. Now the everybody is having the 11 digits of account numbers, right? See, earlier, or we can say the bank opened at the time, like they started with maybe like 10,000 is the account number. Now the population is getting increased, so I cannot able to change the existing account holder account number. Okay, so if I change this account number, the customer need to be changed in all the places. So to whom he provided this account number. So in all the places, he need to be intimated. My account number has been changed. Okay, right? So the customer is not willing to change this account number anymore. Okay, so the existing account holder should be same. The new customers also need to be allowed to open the accounts in such place. So once it reaches to the 10,000 or 10 lakhs, right? So then you may start with sorry, it look like I say it's a maximum like a 9999 like a 9 digits. Okay, so 10 digits of account number we have earlier. So once it reaches to the 10,000 or 10 lakhs, so whatever it may be. Okay, then you will get the error for you because it reached the maximum size, it is giving the error for you, right? So now, if you are generating, you increase the column size and you are trying to generate like a 11 digits of account number. See, so while submitting of these two accounts into the RBI, okay, for such reason like, uh, see, every bank people need to submit all the account information to the RBI. Whatever the transactions you are performing in your bank. So the bank can be submitted all the transactions. So and so customer did in my bank. So these transactions. So I'm going to produce the transaction to the RBI. So this is happening. Okay. So now the ICICI Bank treat like as a SBI bank. No. Okay. So the SBI bank provided these two account information. So these two are my customers and did these transactions like this. See, the bank have some rules like the account number, if it is the 11 digits, the account number is starting with 3 or 6, 2. So see, if you see like a credit card number or anything, okay, so there is some logics to identify. So based on the first serial number, this is related to the ICICI Bank. This is related to the Axis Bank. So in the earlier also we have the mobile number series. See, the Airtel is came with the 9866 in the starting of the time. 9866 is the starting series in the AP. Then 9849. Then 9949. 9949. See, once it reached the maximum size, it is giving the alternative way to get the customers and joined in our organization, right? In the same way, now see he cannot able to submit the account number like a 10 digits for one customer and 11 digits for another customer. So the value no need to be the account number. The account number no need to be changed. Simply if you add like zero and prior of your account number, it look like I say both members having the same digits, same number of digits. The account number value, so there is no change if you add like a zero at the left side, right? So he's padding the values in this way and submitting these accounts in this, right? See, instead of padding it manually, you can able to add the values or you can able to restrict. So while inserting of this particular account information like double nine, double nine, double nine like this. So what are the number of digits you have the less? It need to be restrict. So you need to be maintained like a 13 digits of things. Okay. Now see, I'm putting for that. Okay, that 11 digits put for some time hold. Okay, now you are not providing any value for this name, right? You are not allowed. You haven't provided any name for this 1 to 4 account, right? So, but it is not giving any error for you. Simply, if you use some keyword, so it must provide the value for that particular column, like not null, not null. See, the same. I'm dropping this table and I'm recreating it. We'll see one by one the and we'll go with all the things together. Drop table. Okay, now I drop this table and I recreated with for name column I created with not null constraint. It's a constraint. I will explain. It's a keyword. For some time you can treat like I said, this is the keyword not null. Okay. Now see, now inserted the data. I haven't get any trouble in this particular record in the first record. This is the record I inserted. It got inserted and verify it. The data is inserted and I'm committing also. Okay. Now I am trying to insert with the existing, like earlier you are able to insert this data, right? Now I am trying to insert. See, now it is giving the error for you. Cannot insert null into this particular account master table of name column. You cannot able to insert null values into this name column. Okay. See, it is giving the error for you, right? See, cannot insert null into this particular column. So by mentioning of this not null keyword, now the system is restricting or validating the data. You put the rule on this while inserting of this column value. So I'm expecting the mandatory value for this. Mandatory value for this. Now I'm trying to insert the value in this particular. So now I'm mentioning like 1 to 5 and I'm inserting like a XYZ is the table name or the name. See, it is allowing to insert and I am trying to insert the same record again. 1 to 6. It got inserted. And I'm inserting the same record again one more time. Total record is the duplicate. Can verify it. So it is allowing the null values earlier. Now you restricted the null values with the not null keyword. And now it is getting like another problem. Now it is allowing the duplicate account numbers. See, the user one is generated the first like user one is opened account number. So the banker is provided 1 to 3 is our account number. Okay. So the same time earlier we don't have the net banking, online bankings, right? So the same bank like some other customer came at the same time in the another counter. So he is also trying to generate the same account number 1 2 3 for another person. So it allowed to create it is allowed to create this as because manually you are generating these account numbers, right? So now in the same time like the user one is inserted, I mean did the transaction of 1 lakh and the user two did like only 1,000 rupees insertion and he is trying to withdraw like the user two person is trying to withdraw like 1 lakh money from the his account because so the user one account number is same, the user two account number is also same. So you can able to do the transaction. User one money can able to withdraw the user 2 also, because so both account number is the same, right? So now the user 2 is happy because he deposited only 1,000 rupees in account. But whereas in the user one is deported like 1 lakh, and but the amount has been like mislead. I mean, the miscellaneous happen from the bank side. Okay, so to control that, so you cannot able to lose these customers. If you did this type of mistake, so from next time onwards, no one will come to open the account from your end. Okay, I can put my money in my box or my locker or something like inside the home, right? See, no one can trust if you did these type of mistakes. So to overcome that problem, to overcome that problem, we need to use the another constraint for that. Unique constraint. Simply, I'm dropping this. Use the keyword unique. Unique. Okay? Unique is the keyword. Simply use that. And I'm trying to do the same operation again. So it is allowing to insert the first record and second record. So you inserted the null values and the name column. It is giving the error for you. You're not able to insert null in the particular column. And 1 to 5, XYZ. See, it does not have any duplicate. See, you inserted for the only for the account number column, not with any other columns. You mentioned for this unique keyword for only for account number column, not with other columns. Okay. Now, now we inserted with 1 to 5 and I'm trying to insert with 1 to 6 and verify the data in your account table. See 1 to 5, 1 to 6. Now I am trying to insert 1 to 6 with PQR. See, it is giving the error for now. So I'm not bothering about the rest columns. I'm bothering only about account number column, not with any other columns. Okay, so now I'm not able to insert this particular duplicate record due to this account number having the duplication.
Shiva, one doubt here. Previously also we have the account number same only, no? Before when
Yes,
which we didn't
yes,
change the name.
yes.
Then
Previously,
uh, yeah, only that row we have inserted.
see,
Only third row.
see the third row you got inserted, and fourth
Yes.
row you are trying to insert. The fourth row is also getting inserted because you don't have any duplicate value till now. This in the prior of this information. The highlighted
Okay.
records you don't have
Because
any
the
duplicate info.
account number is different.
Different account number is different.
Okay.
So I'm not
Okay.
looking for the name. I'm looking for the uniqueness on my account holder number only, account number only.
Okay.
See, I
Okay.
cannot able to
Okay.
go with name because the name can be like the
Multiple.
same name can have like multiple people.
Yeah, yeah. Okay.
Okay.
Right
See
now
now
we are
in
seeing the constraint only on account number.
yes, for as of now we
Okay.
put for only this account number column.
Okay. Okay. Shiva.
Okay. Now I am trying to insert the duplicate account number again with different name like user 2. This is user 1 and this is for the user 2. Okay. Now I am trying to do this. It is not at all allowing to create the account number, duplicate account number. Unique constraint violated. So unique constraint violated in the sense unique. So unique can happen like the person is different from all the people. Then you are saying like a unique, right? The same. So if you are inserting the duplicate, the unique constraint get violated here. Violated. Okay. So for now, you got like a two things. If you want to restrict the null values, where we need to capture the mandatory information from the customer, the banker side, the banker can code this logic like a not null.
Not
Okay,
null.
not
Okay.
null. So where I need to restrict the duplicates, in such place I can go with the any
Unique.
constraint, any constraint. And we'll see now the another thing, another difference. Now I'm trying to insert the null account number for this, null account number for this. See, it is allowing to generate the null account number for the customers. So where, in which scenario we'll use this, right? See, if you are joining into some organization, like treat like I say, you people are working in some X organization, you joined in the newly in that organization. See, while joining into the first day itself, you the all the people may or may not have the employee ID, right? So the HR is trying to insert the your details, the onboarding details has trying to insert it into the system. The employee ID can be some of the organizations to generate the employee ID. It takes 48 hours of time. Okay. So for time being, the HR is inserted the your details with blank account number or blank employee ID, and he is allowed to he is allowed to work on the project from day one onwards. Treat like us. So there must be some situations in that as well. Okay, so some people will insert the blank values, the employee ID, and he's inserted all the details in the organization. And from next 2 days, he can wait for that employee ID, and he can update this employee ID information in this particular column. Okay, so in this type of situation, now any constraint can be fine. So I don't want to take the risk. Like, see, I inserted for this one of the employee, and the same day, like joined like 20 people on the same day, and I am trying to insert the 20 account numbers blank values. So PQR. Now we can just like a PQS is another account number. It is allowing to insert, and PQT it is allowing to insert. You can verify like it is not giving any trouble to insert the null any number of null values. It is you can able to insert any number of null values without any trouble, right? See, in this situation, like tomorrow I want to update the account number for this particular PQR and PQS PQT. So to whom I need to insert this information, right? So the system get confused. So I don't want to take those type of risk. Those type of risk. So while inserting the employee information along with I need to insert this employee ID as well along with the employee info. So for that reason, so if you want to do that, simply go with instead of unique, go with primary key, primary key. See now I'm dropping this table and I'm recreating it and I am recreating it. I am trying to insert the values. These are all the iniqueness. The first time you can able to insert any value. Okay. The second time I'm trying to insert the null value for the name. It give the error because null name is a mandatory column. So I put the not null constraint for this. And I'm inserting the third record. No error because 1 to 5 is the non-unique record. XYZ is not like a duplicate or non-duplicate. I don't bother about that. And I am trying to insert 1 to 5 record again. It is giving the error. 1 to 5 is the duplicate. And I am trying to insert with the 1 to 6. It is allowing. And 1 to 6 again. It is giving the error. NEQ constraint violated. NEQ constraint violated. Right. Now I am trying to insert the null values. Instead of 1 to 7, I'm trying to insert some null account number. It is giving the error. See, cannot insert null into null into. So account master table of account number column. And if you are trying to insert the duplicate on 1 to 6 column and account number column, it is giving the error as an iniq constraint violation. On the same table of same column, you are seeing the two different constraints. See, one is restricting the null values and another constraint is restricting the iniq constraint. See, the primary key is having inbuilt iniq constraint plus not null constraint is equivalent to the primary key. The not null constraint is restricting the null values, right? And iniq constraint is restricting the duplicates. The both functionality is inbuilt or embedded with primary key constraint. Embedded with primary key constraint. Okay. See now we learn the three constraints here. So where I need to restrict the duplicates, I will go with the iniq constraint. Where I need to restrict the null values, I can go with the which constraint?
Not null
Yes.
or
Not
primary
null.
key.
No,
Not null
not
only.
null.
Okay.
Not null only.
Okay.
Where I need to restrict only null values, in such place I
Okay.
need to go with only the not null
Primary key.
constant. Not null constant.
Okay. Okay.
Null values, where I need to restrict only null values. In such place I
Okay.
need to go with the not null. Where I need to restrict the duplicates, I need to go with the unique constraint.
Unique constant.
Unique constraint. Where I need to restrict both on the same column. So instead of
Primary
going
key.
with two different constraints, I can go with a single primary key constraint. Okay. Now we'll see some other constraint. Default constraint. Okay. Default constraint. See, like you are trying to open the accounts. You are trying to open the accounts. See, in the earlier, the bank will visit the people like all the gents people will like male customers will open the lot of accounts in this particular branch. Okay, so for that reason, instead of providing that column value like a gender value, so if you provide the value, I will take that particular value. If you haven't provided any value for this gender column, I can insert some default value for that. Simply default as a M. I'm mentioning like as a default as a M. Now I'm dropping it and I'm creating it. Okay, my table has been created and I'm trying to insert these values. See, I'm not restricting any. So it got violated with not null and I'm inserting this and this 6 and you cannot able to insert this and null also it cannot able to insert. Okay, now check this table. Okay, now we have this data, right? So you provided the gender column value. This is the third column value. What is the value you provided? That value got inserted and displayed for you, right? Now I am trying to put the data like this. I'm skipping like instead of providing the gender column value, I'm skipping this value from this list. I'm not providing, I'm not like bothering about that particular column because the gender is automatically can able to take the value. Automatically, the system can able to push the value for that particular column because you mentioned the not null constraint for that. See now you are getting the error for that for what? Cannot insert null into this account number column in the account master table. Now I'm trying to insert with 130 is my account number and I'm trying to insert. See now we haven't provided. gender column value in this column list. 130 is our account number, what recently inserted. See now 130 and PQT, the gender value by default it took like a M. Where you are forget, like where you forget the value to provide that particular column in such place, if it is a default value, if you provided in the default constraint for that particular column, then we can automatically it take the particular default column value in this, just like as this. Okay, the default constraint will help us to provide the default value wherever you are not providing the values in the particular column of the table. Okay, and we see other thing, check constraint. See, while providing of the gender value, so you are providing M, Y, M, F. You are not like the Y is not valid, right? So Y is a invalid value or wrong value. So there is no such like gender value like Y. So you may see like male, female, or M, F, or by you may see like nowadays you are seeing like O or X also. Okay, right? So to do that, you need to put the validation or rule on this particular table. While providing of this here, you need to check the values. Check gender in M comma F. Some verifying it, the things like this. So while inserting of data into this particular column, in this particular column, the value must and should be see MRF. So what are the value you are providing this particular column? The value will be come in this place. M in M comma F. Yes, M is present in this particular list. So then it is allowed to insert. If you insert like Y in M comma F, it's a false. You cannot able to insert that. So you can verify now again. Okay, null constraint got violated. Now I am trying to insert like 1 to 5 XYZ. Y is the value. Y is the gender value. It need to be errored out. Errored out. See, now the data validation happened in this place. Check constraint violated. Check constraint violated. It is giving the clear error for you. It is check constraint violation error. Okay. Now you are able to restrict this particular gender value. And now you are trying to, now I am trying to do the mobile number validation. So in the earlier, we have the mobile number, Indian mobile number sequence 9 is the Indian mobile number. 9 after 9, we have like 8. Then we have the 7 series and now we have the 6 series also. Okay, right? You want to restrict that value as well. See the mobile number, check. So length of, for now, we are not seeing any serial length. LENGTH. Length of mobile number equals to 10. Then only the account number value should be allowed. See, now I am trying to insert the value into this particular field. It is allowing to insert. Null values not. Now I am trying to insert like 9 digit of account number, not with 10 digits. It need to be give error for you. See, check constraint violated in this particular column. So maybe you may treat like I say, y is the value got failed. Now I'm inserting with f and I'm seeing this again. check constraint violated for this particular record because the account number is having like a 9 digits. If you insert like a 10 digits, you are inserting like 10 digits, but it is not allowing to insert for you because the zero while inserting of like a 0, 1, 2, 3, the value in the number data type it inserted like as a 1, 2, 3 only, not with this particular zero. In such place, in such place, in such place, you need to insert the value, account number value as a character data type. If it is a character data type, it won't happen like that. Or you can mention simply in the single quotations. See, I'm not like doing this. Now I'm changing this data type as instead of number, I'm mentioning as a char. Okay, now you can verify these things very clearly. Okay, so now it is okay. See, now you are not like giving like 10 digits, then also you are not getting any error. See, here also it is not giving any error for you. The check constant violated due to this y value, and you are trying to insert. It is allowing the values. See the difference of this here. You need to be aware. See, you are seeing like 9 digits of account number in this particular mobile number in this case, but it need to be restrict. The check constraint is put it like I say you are looking for the 10 digits of account number. See why it got like a why it is allowing to insert the values in this. Anyone? See, it need to be error. It need to be error. It need to be give the error because there is some reason behind this. For that reason, it is allowing to insert like 9 characters in this. Everybody will know the answer
Showing
actually.
maybe it is showing equal to 10, right? So up to 10 digits it might be taking.
I haven't put like less than or equal to, right? I put directly equal to.
Ah, yeah, equal to 10. So maybe that's why it is considering that numbers. That's
No,
what I am
actually, the
thinking.
equal to will be taken care like A equal to B. In the sense, if it is a
Okay.
true, then only it will take. So I'm not looking for like A less than or equal to 10. I'm looking for A equal
Oh,
to 10.
so it should be 10 only.
Yeah, it should be 10 only.
Okay, okay.
Why it is giving the error? See, just like few minutes back also I discussed, so while starting off the class, I discussed about this reason behind.
Maybe because of care,
Yes, yes.
because of
The
data
character
type.
data type, the character data type, if you mention like char of 10, the char data type will work like I say, it's a fixed length data type. If you provide like, if you use like out of 10 bytes, like 9 bytes, the 1 byte can filled with a blank value, right?
Okay. Yes.
In the varchar 2, it won't be happen like that. If you use like varchar 2, it won't give the error for you again. See, varchar
Ah,
instead of varchar, try to use with varchar 2, then definitely you will get the error.
Shiva, here one more doubt here is though since it is mobile number, so mobile number will obviously be number, right? Why can't we use number or integer rather than varchar 2?
We can able to use that, but like I see, I am trying to insert the zero in the prior of this account number or mobile number. See, the value, there is no like there is no like value for the zero if you add like left hand side, right?
Yes, yes.
If you are doing this insertion in the number data type column, the system can automatically trim this zero value from the left side and it insert the value as a actual integer. From this point, it can insert.
Okay.
So in the in the left hand side, if you have the zero, it won't be considered like I say this number is it won't give the value for this zero
Yeah,
in the
there is
number
no
data
import
type.
zero.
Yes, yes.
Okay.
So to understand that clearly, so I change it as a character data type.
Okay.
Now I
Okay.
made it as a varchar2. See now earlier it is not giving any error for you in the character data type, but it is giving the error in the varchar2 data type. See,
Yes. Yes.
okay. See, these are all things while doing the practice of then only you will get these answers.
Okay. Sure.
Okay. See, now we see about now you are able to restrict with the length of mobile number, not with series, right? So you can able to restrict with series also, mobile number series. So the mobile number must and should be start with mobile number must and should start with
9 1.
9. I'm looking for only one now, and you can able to go with the rest, from your end. So we have some function here. Sub str is the function. So
Okay.
this will so where we can use this function. If you have some India is my country, so I want to
Yes.
display part of the string. Like I need to put like display part of this sentence or part of the string in this particular given. See, mobile number is look like as a string for me, and I'm looking for like from first position to how many characters I am looking for one. Okay, so if you want to display from mth position to n number of characters, so from where I need to print, from how many characters I need to print. In such scenario, we'll use a substring function. See, now I'm looking for the substring of mobile number. One is my starting point, mth position, and n number of characters from mth position to n number of characters. That may be a one, two, three, any number of characters you can able to provide. Now I'm simply mentioning like 9 in this case. The first number should be 9. The mobile number length of mobile number is the 10. Now I change this value. Okay, so earlier you are able to insert this value with 10 digits. Not now. See, now it got a check constant violated. Now I am changing with instead of 9 1
9.
2 3 4 5 9. So
Okay.
it is allowing. Okay, see here simply I am giving this example as well for you.
Okay. Based on country code, we need to check that constraint for the mobile number.
Yes.
Okay.
So dual is the table to call the functions or to do the calculations. We'll use the dual table. See substring of I said like India is my country. India is my country. So now if I mention like 1 comma 1, so from where I need to print this part. See, I said like a substring function will help us to display the part of the string. This entire sentence as a one string. The system can treat like as a this entire highlighted one as a one string, and you are trying to print a part of the string this using this function, substring function. So now I'm looking for India keyword. I need to India string I need to separate from this entire sentence. Now I need to 1 comma 5 I need to put. Now see you will get like India. If you mention like 15 comma 5, now 14 comma 5, sorry 13 comma 5. So country. You mention like a 13th character. You start the printing from 13 character from this print like a 5 character. So it is displaying like a count. And like we have 10 more characters, sorry, 2 more characters, mention like a 7, 13 comma 7. See, now you are getting the value like this, right? The same. I'm looking this series like the first number what the like starting with 9 or 8 or 7. So I will put in this way and it can work for this. Okay. This is about the check constraint, right? Now we are creating these tables. We are creating these tables. So where the table is stored in the database. So we are creating the tables and we are creating the files in your computer, right? So where it is storing that? So it may be C colon or D colon. The C colon and D colon will be available in the hard disk, right? So the same way, the table, what are the tables you are creating? The tables will be stored in 2 places, user underscore objects. See, I said like whatever the things you are doing in the Oracle or whatever the object, whatever the things you are creating using the create command, that all we are calling as a object. So for now you created with only table, right? So the table, you know only the table. So now we haven't created any object like LOB, index. We haven't created these objects, right? Earlier. For now, you know, like only table is the only one object we created. See, yesterday while creating of the one of the table, you mentioned like lob is the data type for this. You can describe this T1 or T2.
Describe T2.
Describe T2, not in this, maybe in T1. It have the lob data type. See, lob data type, C lob. Okay, so for that reason, it is showing like a lob data type for this. Lob data types. Okay, so and another thing we are seeing like index, but you haven't created this index. Still, it is automatically generated this due to this primary key constraint. I will explain very detail about this primary key by tomorrow. Okay, see, while creating a primary key constraint, automatically it create the constraint along with this index, along with this index. I will explain about what this index, how it got created and all those things. Okay. Now we created like for now we know only the our table is a account master table. We created this. So where object underscore name equals to whatever the things you are creating table or index anything, right? See, if you are creating the log or if you are creating the index, everything will capture and stored in the user underscore objects. Related of your work can be captured in this particular table. Object name. Object name will be whatever the name you are providing. But it is capturing like a object type. See here, if you are mentioning like a create table name, it capture like object type as a table. If you are creating like create index name, it capture object type as a index, right? So you need to be aware of this. This user underscore
Shiva, here
objects will come. Sorry.
T1 is table. No, here describe T1 we have done, right? But here
Yes.
T1 object type is table only. But there, while describing, we have seen it as CLOB, right?
So that's the column data types. If you are using the large object of data types to store like large amount of data, it creates some database objects for that blob data types.
Okay, okay. So the
It's
main
a special.
object we have used
It's
while
a special
using
data type,
the
right?
main
It's a
object
special.
will come here in object type.
Yeah, while creating of this table itself, it is creating like a this lob data types also automatically.
Okay, okay.
While creating of this primary key constraint, see the primary key constraint is haven't stored in user underscore objects, but the index is get stored in this because the constraint is not as a database objects. Constraints is not as a database objects. The constraints you are defining inside the table. Inside the table, you are not creating as a separate object. So you are like accommodated this primary key constraints are a not null constraint in the table,
Yes.
right? Okay.
Yes.
Now user underscore objects is the place with the this met see this we can call it as a meta objects or library tables or data dictionary tables. We are calling like meta objects in the sense what are the things is capturing by the system and storing that as a for our information like so who are doing like what type of work we are doing, what is the memory we are utilizing. So these are all information can capture and stored in data dictionary tables. Okay, so if you drop this table, this object automatically drop from this table as well. Okay, so now I'm not dropping that. See user underscore objects, and if you are storing like see if you are creating the table, if you are looking only for the tables, you can go with instead of going with user underscore objects, go with the user underscore tables and table underscore name equals to account underscore master. It contains only the tables. It won't contain any other objects in this. See account master, see T1, T2, T1, T2. We don't have any other tables in other objects. Okay, so this is one thing, and we'll see one more place user underscore segments. User underscore segment is the place. See, if you are creating like in the hard disk, so if you are creating the in the hard disk, you are creating C drive, E drive, F drive. Inside that, you are so creating some files. So whatever the file is taking like space in that particular directory, that we can call it as a segment. Segment. So whatever the things you are creating the table or any other things, right? So it takes some memory for that. So while storing up this account master information, it takes some it takes some memory. Okay, to store this particular information, it takes a memory in the database. So you know already how much memory it took for the to store this particular record. If you want to know to store like a 123 account number, so simply I'm looking for only one column value. So to see this, v size is the function, v size of ACNO. To store this see to store like especially for 123 value, I'm like the memory you are utilizing like 3 bytes of memory in the memory in the Oracle memory. If you want to store like this value, if you want to store like name, how much memory you are utilizing, what is the so where you are utilizing. So to store that, we are creating some segment. How we are creating like movies for one folder and softwares for one folder, right? Songs for one folder. How you are creating that. So whatever the object you are creating, the object related of information to store some place is required. I'm creating so based on the table, I'm creating some rank for that particular table, rack. Storage device, I'm defining the storage device in the user underscore segments. See, this is lob segments, this is lob index, this is normal index tables. These are the tables. Okay. See, user underscore segment is the
But
place where, sorry.
one doubt, Shiva. But here table name we have mentioned only account master, right? But it is showing all the segment names,
No,
right?
no, no, no,
Not
no,
only.
no. I haven't selected that. I see. I highlighted what the command I run here. I
Okay,
highlighted
okay,
from
okay.
the that particular place and I selected and I run that particular place only. Till that, I haven't
Okay,
used this where
okay,
condition.
okay, okay.
Now see, now we will see. We don't have any table name in the user underscore segment. See, what are the table name you created, right? The same name can be created as a segment name. Segment name. If you are creating some X table, it create the segment with the X. If you create some Y as a table name, the, the system will create the segment as a Y. Okay, you need to be linked with this all the objects. See, if you are creating the table can be captured and stored in the user underscore table. If any object is taking space in the database, that all the database objects captured and stored in the user underscore segments with that particular object name. With that particular object name, and we are storing in this user underscore segments. Okay, then user underscore object is the place. What are the things you are creating in the entire database with all the database objects captured and stored in this user underscore objects. Okay, so these three we have, and we have all underscore objects as well, along with the see the user underscore objects, user underscore tables will give the your information, especially for your information. So you are not only one person work on the same project, right? Multiple persons can work on the same project on the same database. If you want to know who are all performing what type of task, what type of work he is doing, if you want to know what type of objects he's created also, right? So instead of going with this where class, go with the simply this also. See, you are able to see with the owner name extra in this because you are displaying all the users component here. All the user components are all the user objects. If you want to filter your objects, simply use where owner equals to batch 14. These are all your components. If you run this first one, you will get like a 7 records. If you can check it like 7 records. So just I'm filtering the data with by owner equals to the owner name. So not equal to this. So I don't need to see my information. The rest, all the user information I need to see. You can see these things. See in this having like 18,000 records we have. 18,000 records we have. Okay. See, for now,